Hey everyone, it's Justine, and today I'm doing a collaboration with Laurel. We're going to be taking a look at Turnabout stamps today, and I'm going to be showing you a couple of different sets that came out this month from Concord and Ninth. The Wreath Turnabout stamp set that has 2 Turnabout stamps in just one single stamp set, as well as another stamp set that is an incentive. If you spend $120 or more at Concord and Ninth, you get that for free. So let's get started. You can see on the back that it has a guide on what to do when it comes to the Turnabout stamp. So what you need to do is actually peel off the printed side, and it has all the instructions listed actually at the bottom of the template there at the back of the stamp. So you're going to lift off this printed side, and then you're going to be able to place this on top of your stamp, on top of the template. So the nice thing about these templates now is that they are printed in full size so that you're able to see exactly where you need to put them. So you're going to line up your stamps on top of the template so that they are exactly and perfectly on top. Then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to grab your fine liner or a permanent marker. You're going to mark the center of that X. Then you're going to grab a ruler, line it up along the line, and you're going to draw a line across your stamp. You're also going to draw a second line so that you make an X across your stamp. Now remember, you only have to do this once to prep your Turnabout stamp, and then it's ready to go forever. So it is a little bit of prep work in the beginning, and then it's just fine afterwards. The next thing I recommend doing is grabbing a 6x6 piece of cardstock and drawing a line from one corner to the opposite corner. This is the template that you can use forever. Feel free to laminate it so that you can wipe it clean when you get ink on it. I don't particularly care, as you can see, so I just let it go. Then all you need to do is attach your cardstock. So you're going to put your stamp on here first. So I have my template ready to go. I'm going to place the X on top of the X and make sure that that's perfectly lined up. And then I'm going to pick it up with my MISTI. So now I'm all ready to go. So I have my template, I have my stamp in place, and now I just need to put my cardstock on here. So I actually put a little bit of removable adhesive. It's a tape runner that I have from Tombow. It's the green one, and it's a non-permanent adhesive, so I'm able to remove it when I need to. This way my card's going to stay in place the entire time exactly where I need it to be. And I can go ahead and start stamping. So I'm using Gina K inks today. The first color I'm going to be using is blue denim, and I'm going to be stamping that onto my card. And I'm going to actually stamp it twice because I do have a couple of areas there that didn't quite catch, and I want them to be a really nice, dark, vibrant color. So you can stamp as many times as you like because it's in the MISTI, staying in the corner in the exact same spot, so you're good to go. Then all you need to do is actually turn the template itself 90 degrees and clean off your stamp, and you can then go ahead and stamp in a second color. So I've turned my stamp now, and I'm ready to go with my next color. The second color that I'm going to be using today is Passionate Pink. It's another really vibrant and fun color from Gina K Designs, and I'm going to use this as my second color on my template. So I went ahead with that one, and for this particular stamp, you'll see that there are leaves in the center, and the leaves are going to go almost off in 4 different corners, so they shouldn't be overlapping, but some of the other elements in the stamp will overlap. So I don't find that this one needs to be entirely accurate, so that's really good about this Turnabout stamp in particular, is that you're getting this cluster where there's naturally things overlapping. My next color is Wild Dandelion. I actually put a piece of computer paper in between because I thought I might get residue from the Passionate Pink, and I didn't want that to happen, so I made sure that I went in and just stamped that on the computer paper so that I made sure that the yellow and the purple didn't mix, or the pink didn't mix, to make a different color. And I realized I needed to turn my card 90 degrees here, and then I'm going to go ahead and stamp that yellow down. So my fourth color, what I wanted to do was something a little bit different. I decided to go ahead with some Versamark ink so that I can emboss my fourth layer. I wanted to just add something a little bit special to my Turnabout stamp. So I wanted to add a silver color. So once again, just turning the stamp or the card over 90 degrees, stamping, and then I'm going to go ahead and add embossing powder on this layer. I'm using super fine silver embossing powder from Ranger, and I'm going to go ahead and flick the back here so any of the excess gets off. I am going to take my card off while I'm heat embossing it though, because I don't want my template to get warped in any way. This 6x6 sheet of paper I use for every Turnabout stamp, so I can use it for the next time as well. So once that is all finished, it's just going to be super shiny and fun, and I can see that a little bit of the embossing powder got elsewhere also, but that's okay. For my next one, I'm going to go in with the wreath this time. This comes in the same stamp set as the cluster, and I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing. I'm going to use the same combination as before, the wild dandelion, the passionate pink, and then as well as the blue denim and silver embossing powder. So again, I'm going ahead, stamping, turning my cardstock 90 degrees, inking it up, and then keeping stamping. And this one here creates a nice little wreath around your entire card. So it's all ready to go here. I have my last layer with the Versamark ink. I've turned it around each time, even though some of the scenes might be off screen. I just didn't want to repeat exactly what I had done in the first half of the card tutorial process. And then I'm covering it with the embossing powder and heating it up. So the next one is the Bitty Burst stamp from Concord and 9th, and this one for Customer Appreciation Month, April 2018. You're going to get this free if you spend $120 or more. I've done the exact same color combination, the yellow, pink, blue, and then the Versamark ink for the silver embossing powder. And this one creates a beautiful cluster around your card. So now it's time to put all of the cards together. So what do you do with all these fun backgrounds? There are plenty of things that you can do. So I'm going to go ahead and add these to some card bases. So you can see I have the temporary adhesive on there right now, and I'm sure it would be fine, but I want to go ahead and reinforce that with some permanent glue. So I'm using Tombow Mono permanent liquid adhesive, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to ink this up, or glue it down, onto the blue denim cardstock from Gina K Designs. And the next two cards are going to just simply go onto a white card base here. So my card panels measured 4 by 5 1/4, and my card bases measure 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So those are all finished, and I wanted to keep the color combination quite similar. So I went ahead with some blue denim cardstock, or this might be in the navy. It might be slightly darker than the cardstock actually, but it's Gina K Designs. And I went ahead and die cut some of the new sentiments from the new release. So I wanted to glue down these beautiful sentiments with some Tombow Mono liquid adhesive. And when they're all finished being glued down, they're going to say, "You're my happy." And I really like that sentiment. It's really pretty. And I like the fact that the blue cardstock is a little bit darker than the blue I stamped in. The nice thing about Gina K Designs, though, too, is that all the cardstock, inks, as well as envelopes are all matching. So if you wanted them to all match the same blue color, then you could absolutely have that, and that's really great. The next one I did was the I Just Adore You. This one is a different type of die where it die cuts into the cardstock rather than into the sentiment itself. So it die cuts the sentiment into sort of a block. So I cut this down into a little bit of a rectangle here and added that on top of the Bitty Burst. And then lastly, I went ahead and added a thank you die cut to the last card here. This thank you die is free with a $60 purchase this April. So there's lots of nice incentives for customers this month for Customer Appreciation Month over at Concord and 9th. So I hope you enjoyed my Turnabout video. Don't forget I'm collaborating with Laurel Beard, so I will link to her video in the video description below. And don't forget to go and subscribe to her as well. She's absolutely fabulous and makes some fantastic videos. So thank you so much for joining us today, and I hope you enjoyed our little ideas with the Turnabout stamps. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Below I've also linked to another card that features Turnabout stamps, as well as a subscribe button if you'd like to subscribe to my channel. Bye-bye!